Hey guys, it's Yari, and today we're going to go over 5 of the worst JJK fan-made mangas. Just in case you have no idea what I'm talking about, JJK stands for Jujutsu Kaisen. Fan-made is like things made by fans, and mangas is a Japanese comic, and they read from right to left. Most of these are found on BATO.TO, which is spelled, never mind. There's some that I forgot where they came from. But yeah, there's going to be insane stuff, so like if you don't like weird stuff, then I don't think you should watch this video. Without further ado, let's get started. Okay, before we get started, I can't really talk properly. You probably think I talk properly now, but like after we take this so many times because I can't like spit words out, and yeah. But for real guys, let's get started. Okay, the 5th one I have on my list is this fan-made manga called Lima Musim Panas. It is a manga written in Indonesian, I'm guessing. Well, on BATO it's written in Indonesian, but like according to BATO it says it is originally in Japanese. And yeah, I don't know the language. I just looked through the pages, and yeah, so I'm gonna tell you about like what I see and what I think is happening. The first couple of pages in the book is this random stick figure. Not a stick figure, it's like a long white thing. I don't know what it is, and it has a hat. I don't understand, but you know, it's just there. And then in the next couple of pages, it's this random dude, and then he falls. I don't understand what's up with that, but yeah, it was a businessman, by the way. And then the next couple of pages, it shows Geto like, absorbing the random stick figure, and then he eats it because like I'm guessing it was a curse. And yeah, and he has to eat curses, yeah. The next pages, it's just Geto and Gojo talking. And then the next page after that, it shows Geto like getting home on the... No, he wasn't talking on the phone. He was yawning, actually. And then he got into bed, right? Next thing you know, the lights are just suddenly on. There's slobber in his mouth, and then he's playing with the dingy ding dangle dangle. I don't know what you call that. I'm not saying the word. And then he reaches it, and yeah, and then he goes up to Gojo, and then he just starts doing the same thing in his face as he's sleeping. And then he starts to touch him with it, and like, it's just weird. And then he's trying to make sure he's not like waking up or anything, and yeah, and then tries to do it with him while he's sleeping, literally as he's sleeping. He eventually wakes up, y'all. He eventually wakes up, and then, he can't do nothing about it. He's half asleep, probably, and then he's just sitting there, like, enjoying it, whatever. It's just weird, like, bro. And that's literally all they do the whole rest of the book. And then they make Gojo look like a girl. Yeah. In this whole book, he looks like a girl. I don't understand why I don't understand what's with the authors making these characters look like girls. The 4th manga that is on my list is called Hey Baby, Wanna Do This? Wait, hold on. Hey Baby, Wanna Do It With This Sis? I know, it sounds very weird. It's really weird. Okay, so this manga, fan-made manga, is with Gojo and Yuji. I know, it's insane. I have lots of words for this. And yeah, the day I was like trying to like read some, it was there, and then I read it, and then after like a day, it got removed for, as you saw on a thing. This is probably going to get removed off of YouTube, but that's the truth. Since it got removed, then I can't really show you anything about it because I didn't take a screenshot. I would just tell you what I read. Okay, so do you remember that one scene in Jujutsu Kaisen where Gojo makes Yuji watch a movie to try to get him to use his cursed energy or forever? I forgot. And then Yuji has this stuffed animal that will like punch him, I suppose. And yeah, as he was watching the movie, Gojo comes in, and Gojo is a girl in this, actually a girl in this, by the way, and he comes to sit next to Yuji, alright? I forgot what happened here, but all I'm gonna say is that they were just talking, and then, Gojo asked Yuji if he wanted to touch one of, his, boing boings, I'll say, and guess what happened? Yuji did so, and then, it moved slowly, not slowly, it moved pretty quickly, and then soon after, they're just doing it, okay? They're doing the BOOMBAYAH. Yeah, it's very weird. There's no H ups and they're pretty much the same age as they are in the actual show, except Gojo is a girl and Yuji's still a boy. Yeah. Oh, I forgot to say, Yuji is still a teenager and Gojo is still an adult and a teacher. Yeah. I suffered trying to read these mangas, by the way. I suffered with my heart and soul. Oh my gosh. The third fan-made manga on my list is called Unforgettable, and it is a fan-made manga with Akatsu Yuta and Inumaki Toge. Yeah, I know. The only reason I've ranked this higher than the other ones is because I've never seen anybody really ship them because they're like really just friends. The only way I found out about this ship is on this website. It's called Tier Maker, and you make you rate stuff, okay? Like you can search up with like what you want to rate, and then they'll be like it'll be there, you know? And yeah. Okay, so how this starts off is that the setting is in southern Japan and the timing is spring 2018. So I'm guessing this is during the Shibuya incident, also judging by the photos that it is showing. He just finished like killing a cursed spirit, and then he gets a text message from Gojo, and I'm gonna read you the message. Haha, Yuta, it's been a long time. You've been on work for half a month, and you're almost ready to complete the removal over there. But the next stage of the removal will begin soon. I look forward to your completion as soon as possible. Everyone is waiting for you to come back. And judging by what else is on the panel, apparently Gojo told Yuta that he's only supposed to stay there for like half of a month, and yeah, he has to stay there for longer now. But in the next panel, he gets a message from Inumaki, and the messages Inumaki sent to him says, Yuta, when can you go back? It's boring. And just by seeing that message, he says, screw it. I'm going to get off of work now. I don't care. I'm not going to explain too much about the story because half of the stuff in it doesn't really matter to like why I ranked it as 3. But yeah, 3 of the worst JJK fan-made mangas. I forgot to say that. But yeah, Yuta comes back home and Inumaki's sleeping, and Panda was with Inumaki and Panda's awake. Yeah. Yuta walks over to sleeping Inumaki. You know, he just looks at him, you know, admires the beauty, okay? And then suddenly, Yuta lifts Inumaki's leg, put his body over the other one, and then he starts thrusting into his stingy dingy donkey dong. Yeah, I know, insane. And then he takes his own pants off and Inumaki's pants off, and then he starts just using his finger to like go in Inumaki, you know what I mean. I'm not explaining all of that. That's why I'm like literally censoring my words as I speak. Then Inumaki wakes up from this weird dream he had. I can show you the dream. I have to censor some of the stuff, you know? Yeah. Pause if you need to. Okay, yeah, I'm back. Inumaki wakes up to Yuta clinging on him, like hugging him, which is pretty cute to me. But what happens after, though? Inumaki hovers over Yuta, and then it turns and I'm doing the boom boom. Yeah, bro. Just to let y'all know, Inumaki's pants is gone, right? And then, so you can see his dingy dingy dongy dong. Why would they draw it so small? Like, you just set the poor man, up for hate. Like, and then people are going, poor guys. Anyway, people are going to come for him because non-canonically, he has a small dingy dingy donkey dog, which isn't even true. But thankfully, nobody even read it. It's like in 20,000 placed on BATO, so it's okay. Just one last warning. These will get even more insane than it has been. And yeah, just prepare. The second of the worst JJK fan-made mangas is called The Ruby Will Shatter. As you guessed, I think this manga has Megumi and Sukuna. Yeah, I know. Very insane. I can't exactly show you like what's happening in the book because in the manga it says do not re-upload on YouTube, TikTok, or any other platform without the creator's permission. So I'm just going to explain what happens. Okay, so when you first open the book, you see Megumi hung up and his entire front body is like cut. It's not cut in half, but it's just cut, you know? And then there's Sukuna. He's just running his mouth. I don't know what he was saying. It wasn't in a different language. I just don't understand what's going on. And then the next page is like flashbacks. Okay, it's just a flashback about like, you know, how we got into this situation as it is. Okay. So apparently Yuji was just sitting there on the floor and he looked dead, okay? And then Megumi was like, oh my gosh. And he was like, wake up, Yuji, wake up, Yuji. And then Sukuna woke up. And then boom, shakalaka, that's how we got there. What really threw me off is that right after that page, it shows Megumi getting spanked by Sukuna, butt naked, bro. That's what had me insane. And as Sukuna was doing what he was doing, they made Megumi look like a flipping girl. The lashes, the eyes, in the whole book, he just looked like a girl. He wasn't a girl in there. It just looked like he was a girl. In the whole book, he just looked like a girl. The lashes, the eyes, the face, everything. And the thing is, Megumi is a nonchalant teenage boy. And Sukuna, how bold about Sukuna? Sukuna is from the Heian era, or whatever you call it. And he's 1,000 years old, by the way. He's also Yuji's uncle. And Megumi's mind through this is, I effed up. My mind is blank. I really effed up. Well, Megumi, you in fact did F up. And more about him literally looking like a girl. As they do it, his back, his so arched like a girl, bro. I wish I could show you, but I can't, bro. Y'all just need to check it out. Or don't. I wish I didn't check it out in the first place. These are all found on BATO except the fourth one. The fourth one got removed. And the first worst ever JJK fan-made manga is called, drum roll please, or don't drumble. This JJK fan-made manga is called Glitter. It's not as innocent as you think. I don't even think you guys know these characters, but listen, if you read the manga and if you're past chapter 155, you should know two characters called Kirara Hoshi and then Kenji Hikari. I love them people so much. Like, I love them characters, guys. If you still don't know who I'm talking about, okay, these pictures show who they are, okay? And they are 30 years at Jujutsu High, and yeah. Except, you know, the Kenji Hikari, the one with the whatever's going on with his, I think it's dreads though, because I think he's black. He got expelled, you know? Yeah, he got expelled from school. Yeah. I forgot why, but yeah. Back to the book, no, the comic. This manga is not on BATO. I had to look for it on a different website, and I'm not saying it out loud. And yeah, I don't know exactly what it's saying since it's in Japanese, kind of. I don't know why I said kind of. It's in Japanese, y'all. So basically, when I decided to like go through it, I just looked at the pictures. And honestly, bro, I suffered my way through this book. Oh my gosh. And the thing is, it was sort of like a BL because in the actual show, Kirara, the girl, she's transgender. So she used to be a boy, now she's a girl, okay? But according to the book, the comic, she has a dingy doggy dog, bro, and that's what made me suffer, because like, oh my gosh, it's not like I was mad or anything, because it's normal for like transgender people to like not like actually get transformed yet, like, you know, get surgery, get it cut off, all that type of stuff. So it's normal. What made me like suffer is just the reading through it. Oh my gosh, can't exactly show you all the clips because it's like 36 pages long. And most of it is literally just them doing it. Not to start they don't just start doing it right when you start the book. It's just a little introduction and then they started doing it. They start doing it after like page 9 or 10. Yeah. Maybe even earlier. I forgot. I'll just explain what's happening because I can't read it. I can't read it, but I can tell, like, I can look at the pictures and tell what's happening. All right. So the couple is just sitting down on the couch, you know, talking all that stuff. Talking and all that fun stuff, but you know, I don't know exactly what Kirara was holding, but she had like, I'm guessing it was like a TV remote or something, but it don't look like it, but I don't know, bro. And yeah, looking back at it now, I think it was just her phone, because it looked like she was trying to like get a hold of her phone to take a picture, but then of course it was like, nope, and then And then he put her wrist towards the table and made her drop her phone on the table. And then he's all flirty, you know, trying to hit that. I mean, trying to move in and trying to kiss her, you know, just being flirty overall, you know. And then, all of a sudden, the girl, Kiara, starts to get a little touchy, you know, like, you know, trying to, like, how do I explain this without me? How do I explain this? You know, just a bit down. And, you know, feeling the dingy, dongy, dong, you know. And then it does this big time skip. And then suddenly, this girl, okay, the girl, her bro. Sorry, just looking at the photo is cutting me off. But the girl has no clothes on except her shirt and her undies. And then, yeah, you know. And then oh my God. And then she starts to slurp on his, you know. Yeah, and I'm not describing the positions, okay? I literally cannot look at these pictures as I describe what's going on, because bro, I'm not explaining all the other stuff. You can just check it out yourself. Bro, I can't look at this. But I want to explain this one funny part. So as they do, like, their little thing, they're, like, you know, the BOOMBAYAH, you know, this random dude, this stupid-looking dude, just burst in, walking in, yelling. I don't know exactly what he was saying, but he just came in and started yelling, you know? And, like, the sweet boy, Hikari, he covered her up. So he was, like, butt naked at this point, and he covered her up. That was so nice. And at this point, Hikari is mad because he was like, why are you ruining my time with my girlfriend for your nonsense? So he stood up like the big, tall man boy he is. And he just has this, I don't know, mad look on his face, you know? Or whatever you call this look, but I call it the mad look. And then in this scene, he goes into full crash out mode. Because as you see in the little panel, you see the dude running. Yeah, he was running away from him because he was about to crash out, you know? Oh my gosh, bro, I sound so goofy. And then the next panel or page, suddenly the guy, the dumb-looking guy, is on the floor. His pants are ripped, I suppose. And yeah, and then Hikari walks off like he ate. He did eat, y'all. He ate down. Ate that dingy dong. Well, I mean, he comes back into whatever that place was. I think it was a little hangout. And then, you know, the girl, Kirara, oh, she was so proud of her man. I mean, I would have been proud of my man, too. Like, they share a little hug together. It was so cute. Until that hug ended. And then they just got back into the BOOMBAYAH. Oh, 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 boom boom ba, boom boom ba, ba ba, yeah, 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 yeah. My concert was so good, y'all. Like, I rate my song at 100 out of 10. It's not my actual song, but you know, yeah. And then after all that intense, crazy stuff, they take a nice, comforting bath. Yeah, it was so cute, but I still suffered while reading that story. I suffered with my blood, sweat, and tears. Even while I was trying to describe the pictures, bro, I suffered. I just couldn't look at them as I talk. Like, ah! Do not mind the barking sounds in the background. My dog won't be quiet. But thank you guys for reading my, wait, hold on. Thank you guys so much for watching my video. And, you know, like, you can place your opinions in the comments. And, yeah. Thank you guys for watching. And see you guys in the next video. Bye!